Hi, morning everyone. So it's been a little while since my last blog, and I do apologize, but it's been a mad few weeks, and it just means I have more to share with you guys. So I think from my last blog, I just finished covering Ruby. So since then, I have now learned the basics of JavaScript and have completed a group project. So I'm going to just briefly go over those two topics, as well as answering some questions that I've received from a few people who have seen this blog. So when I came to JavaScript, I felt almost like a traitor to Ruby. It was like, forget what Ruby did, here comes JavaScript, and it thinks it knows better. But you get over that, and you realize actually JavaScript has some really cool benefits. And also, learning another language, you're covering the fundamentals of programming again. So hopefully when I come across Java, which is next week, the time it takes for me to grasp those fundamentals should be quicker. So besides JavaScript, another topic that I really want to cover is the principle of Agile. Now, we were introduced to Agile due to the fact we were doing a group project, and often in the tech industry, you'll be working as a group, and Agile has become this popular, I don't want to say methodology, but it tends to be the word that's used, of how you should plan the development process and the management of a group of developers. I'm just going to highlight some key features that really changed the way I thought about how to plan. And I really wish someone had mentioned this while I was at university as well. So first of all, the team must be empowered to make decisions. This tends to be done through a thing called the Scrum. And this is where you get together as a group and for a couple of minutes discuss your blockers or achievements that you've had. And this keeps everyone in the know. And it keeps the project almost alive, consistently alive. Because previously, through the waterfall, which is when you do it by step, and you can end up doing one project for a year and a half or longer, every day, everyone is aware of what is happening. And someone's blocker could be something that you can easily help with as well. So that's something that I found very effective. Another key aspect that my group aim for is having a minimal viable product at the end of each day. Therefore, if your client ever call checking up on you, you can always offer them, even if it's in its basic form, a working product. So those are the few things that I learned from Agile, and it is a good way of structuring how you should plan any project you want to take on. If you want to find out more about Agile, Google it. There's hundreds of documents on it. So those are some small insights and some of the key things I've learned. Now, since my last blog, as I mentioned earlier, I've had a few questions and I've picked the top 3, as they tend to be the same. So how heavy is my workload? I'm going to be honest, it's typically around the 50-hour per week mark. And I know that sounds scary, but when I say workload, it doesn't feel like the same type of workload that I had experienced when I was working in retail or when I was at university. My workload at Codeclan, the reason why it's that many hours, it tends to be me being curious and wanting to solve something, knowing that, maybe I should stop for the day. But it's very addictive. And so one of the key skills you do learn is to try and stop and go outside and take a 10-minute break. Another big question is, what has been the biggest obstacle since I started at Codeclan? It actually has nothing to do with the technical side. It's more to do with self-belief. My course have a lot of people who are already experienced programmers, who have a degree in computer science or has self-taught themselves Python. And for me, who had no experience whatsoever in programming, to then come into this course and constantly see what they're able to create and achieve made me feel, honestly, really, really small. And I did feel for a while that, was this course actually for me? It seems like I'm not achieving what they're achieving. But now I've realized that I cannot do that, no matter where I am, where it be Codeclan or in my personal life. I need to give myself more merit in what I achieve. So I try to, every day, make a list of what I need to do, but also my list of achievements. Because my achievements, even though are different to someone else's, are still achievements at the end of the day. Another question is, any advice? Bar the obvious of try to be as organized as possible and prepare yourselves for the course, it's also, with the course, try to go to tech meetups. So I know in Edinburgh, there tends to be one every week, be a Skyscanner or within Codeclan as well. Sorry, that was a colleague walking through. Another thing that I really, really enjoyed was doing a hackathon at Deloitte's. I learned so much from that hackathon. I was so out my depth, skill-wise, but spending those 48 hours with other developers just trying to create something and pushing your skills to the limit was a really amazing experience. So I really do suggest people to go to these hackathon events. Plus you get free pizza. So that's for my today's blog. I am going to do another blog at the end of this week, as this week we are starting Java, and I'll be covering what I've been learning in Java in more detail. Thank you for listening. Bye.